my name is Beth Hiley here for BoardGameGeek at SPIEL 2019. I'm sitting down with Marco Montanaro from Ludus Magnus Studios.
Yes, yes.
And you've brought us a very big box.
Yes.
For Black Rose Wars.
Exactly.
We gave you the biggest prep board we had.
Okay.
And we're barely fitting
yeah,
on
we're
this.
barely fitting. We need bigger stuff. We like big tables.
Right? And you cannot lie.
Yeah.
So, thematically, what are we trying to do in Black Rose Wars?
Okay, so in Black Rose Wars, each of the mage is a mage of this famous Black Rose Lodge. This lodge is keeping the magic away from the rest of the world. So these mages are meeting every 10 years to decide who is going to get the power of the Black Rose. How do they do that? They don't sit around the table, drink a coffee and say, okay, it's going to be you. They start fighting.
I'm sorry, I'm having this great image being like, who wants to be in charge this
year? You like, no, they start fighting and beating each other. So the Black Rose is an intelligent artifact. What it does is close them into this prison, which is basically the lodge itself, to prove who is the worthy to get the power of the Black Rose. So to reach the 30 power points that we have in the game.
And thus the winner of the game.
Yes, exactly. There is several ways in Black Rose Wars to achieve power points. Killing the other mages, super funny, super rewarding, but the thing is that when you die, you respawn immediately to go back into the fight and, get the immediate revenge of what you've done. You can literally destroy the lodge. To prove that you're strong, you can destroy it. As you can see, the rooms have little holes that can be destroyed by the mage with the stability. And they can solve the missions that the Black Rose is giving them, because the Black Rose is a player itself, but wants to prove a point. So it's giving quests to the mages and challenges through the events deck. And the other way is to play cards from your deck, because this is a deck building game. So you start with a small pool of cards from one of the 6 schools of magics, and then during the game you keep drawing cards to the strategy that you want to achieve.
I can imagine that would add to a lot of replayability of the game, that if you focus mostly on one deck for one strategy, you could really dive into another deck in another game.
Exactly. So the strategy inside the decks works for sure, but the synergies are amazing. Because when you start mixing the cards within the different schools, and this is also written a little bit in the rule book, a little bit of suggestion, like destruction match with illusion, and this other stuff. And when you start playing it and you start finding the synergies, it's much more interesting, the game.
So take us through what a turn's going to feel like. I mean, obviously it's a deck builder game, so are we sort of following that traditional pattern of draw, play, discard?
Yeah, no, it's a programming game. So what you does is that there is a phase where you deck build, where you draw cards from the schools of magic, and you choose, you don't need to pay. So it's not a traditional deck building game. So you simply choose which strategies you want to do, and you draw directly the cards into your hand. So what you draw, it doesn't go into your discard pile, but you can immediately play it. And then what you have in your hands is what you need to prepare to do your turn. So there is a programming phase, as you can see on the board. There is 4 spots, okay? And basically you prepare your turn. This is a half-played turn, but all the mages basically prepare the turn before playing it. In a real programming phase, like real mages does. They prepare the spell before going into fight.
Love it.
Okay, and the cards have 2 effects, so when you prepare them, you need to choose which effect you want to use. So basically each card has 2 ways of playing it, which gives a lot of different interactions, and it can help you to draw your strategy in the right way.
Now, we also have a bunch of different characters here. Are they mostly for flavor, or do each one of them have a uniqueness to them?
Yes, they have a uniqueness. So each one of the hero has a different number of life points, and they have these characteristics here that are different, and they have a custom spell. There's a spell with the face of the mage that basically is the signature spell of that mage. Nobody else can take it. So it's like Rebecca has necromancy, custom spell, Nero has destruction, etc., etc. That's about the flavor.
Well, I'm sure, let's talk a little bit about these minis.
Yes.
Because this is a part of the reason why your box is so large.
And heavy,
that too. So was there, our mages are obviously sort of these little tan guys.
Yeah.
But are we fighting? Is this some creatures that have been created by?
These are helpers, right? So we summon superior undeads, beasts, demons, to help us beat the other mages or do other strategies. For instance, the little altars that the divinator summons. So all the minis in the game are playable character.
I was just gonna say, and noted by the little flower of the character that they belong to.
Yes, exactly, because there is multiple miniatures for the same one. So if I want at some point to take advantage of the strategy of the necromancer and I'm the destructor, I can keep drawing cards from the necromancer and start spawning undead as well. So I need a way to sign it, and we came up with this, you know, super cute idea of the little rose color to fit into the base.
Now, when you're setting up a game, are you also going to get variability because the board itself, the lodge, is going to change every time?
Exactly. The only thing that stands still is the Black Rose room, which always sits in the middle, and the Throne room, which is the first player room that needs to be adjacent to the Black Rose room because it's where you get the first player token. So it needs to be even far away from everybody.
How long do you think a full game would take us?
So with 2 players is like 45 minutes. With 4 players can go up to 2 hours, 2 hours and a half, depending on, you know, how slow they are. There is a bunch of phases that are played together to reduce, so it doesn't really linear scale up. Because, for instance, the study phase is done all together when you need to read the cards, and also the preparation phase when you need to think about your turn. So that's is where is the biggest. And it's kind of piling up to 3 hours with 6 players.
But so there's a lot of simultaneous action there that at least you're all studying at the same time, and that at least would cut down on some of the.
And when you need to play your action, you already programmed it. So you have a little bit of variability because you can decide to move in a different way and do some other stuff. But in the end, you have played.
So there's a little wiggle room to adjust depending on what other people have done.
Yes, and the spells they have a range, so you need to be careful on where you sit in the room. Because it's like you can be out of range for everybody, so you need to get closer to hit them, or far away if you don't want to get hit, right?
Well, that is a lot of game and a lot of box.
Yeah.
And is there any particular part that you are most proud of in the development of this game? I mean, is there something that you want to make sure people know this is cool, this is the thing that you should appreciate?
I developed this game in 4 years and tested it for a bunch of years. And when people tell me this school is the best one, no, this school is the best one, no, this school is the best one. So people on BoardGameGeek are discussing about which is like. And it's like, okay, guys, you decide. For me, they're all even because I tested them all of them in the same way.
So appreciate that they're all great.
Yeah, exactly. I love divination.
You heard. It's like picking your favorite child. You're not supposed to have a favorite.
I should have a favorite, which is divination.
Well, if you guys want to check that out, that is Black Rose Wars, which is being published by Ludus Magnus Studios. This is the designer, Marco. And thank you so much for giving us a quick tour of the lodge. Okay. And hopefully we don't blast you with any spells on your way out the door.
Yes. Ciao, ciao. Thank you.